All right, let's talk about a skill you use literally every day, probably without even thinking about it. We're going to decode the power to take big, kind of messy numbers and make them simple and easy to understand in a snap.
You know how it is. You're watching the news, or maybe scrolling through an article, and you see something like around 4.8 million people were affected.
And you might think, wait a minute, why not just tell me the exact number? Why not say it was 4,832,901? I mean, that's more accurate, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing. Our brains aren't really built for all that clutter. We want the big picture, and we want it fast. That simpler number does the job perfectly. And today, we're going to learn the secret to doing it the right way, every single time.
Okay, so before we can start simplifying, we got to get down to the basics. We need to understand the secret code that gives every single number its meaning. And that code is called place value.
So, what even is place value? It's this really simple but honestly powerful idea that a digit's actual worth comes from where it sits in a number. A 5 could mean 5, or 50, or even 5 million. It all just depends on its position. This is the absolute cornerstone of our whole number system. And this is how we organize it all. This chart breaks numbers down into groups, or what we call periods. You've got your ones, your thousands, your millions, and so on. See how each period has that same pattern, ones, tens, hundreds? That repetition is the key. It's what lets our brains look at a huge number and not totally freak out. So, let's make this real. Let's take the number 45,829. At a glance, it's just 5 digits hanging out together. But their position, well, that's everything. Now, when you break it out like this, in what's called expanded form, you can really see what's going on. That 4 isn't just a 4, right? Because of where it is, it's actually 40,000. The 5 is 5,000. The 8 is 800. You get it. You're seeing the true value of every single digit, all thanks to its place.
And you know what? The same exact logic works on the other side of the decimal point too. There's just one tiny but super important signal you got to watch for. That TH sound at the end. Tenths, hundreds, they aren't whole numbers. They're little pieces. They're fractions. That little TH makes all the difference.
All right, so now that we've got a handle on place value, we can build on that. It's time for the main event, learning how to round pretty much any number you can think of using just one surprisingly simple rule. Seriously, you can forget all those complicated math class memories. When it comes to rounding, there's only one question you ever need to ask yourself. You find your target digit, you look at the one number immediately to its right, and you ask this one thing: is it 5 or more?
And the answer to that one question tells you exactly what to do. If that digit is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you round up. If it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you round down. But here's the secret about rounding down. It really just means your target number stays the same. That's it. Let's just lock this in with a super simple 4-step process. Step 1, figure out which digit you're aiming for, your target. Step 2, look one spot to the right. Step 3, ask our golden question, is it 5 or more? And do what it says. And step 4, and you can't forget this one, change all the digits to the right of your target into zeros. Okay, theory time is over. Let's put this into practice. Here's our mission. We need to round 15,692 to the nearest thousand. So let's walk through our steps. 1, our target is the thousands place. In this number, that's the 5. 2, we look to the right and we see a 6. 3, we ask the question, is 6 5 or more? Oh yeah, so that means our target, the 5, has to round up. That 5 rounds up to become a 6. And then we hit step 4, everything to the right of it becomes a 0. And just like that, we've got our clean, simple, easy to understand answer, 16,000. So we've got the technique down. But you might be wondering, where does this actually matter? Well, it turns out this isn't just some boring math exercise. It's a tool you see and use all the time, out in the real world. I mean, it is everywhere. Think about money. It's always rounded to the nearest cent, population numbers, just like in those news headlines. Even when you're measuring something for a project, you usually round it to make it practical. Rounding is basically the language we use for close enough. Here is a perfect example you've probably dealt with 1,000 times. You go to buy a coffee. The cash register does the math with the tax and all that, and the real total is something weird like $3.457. But you can't pay that, right? So the system rounds it. That 7 tells the 5 to round up, and what you actually pay is $3.46. Now, to really become a master at this, it's super helpful to know the common traps people fall into. So let's do a quick final polish and go over the mistakes to watch out for. That way you can round with total confidence.
Okay, first, don't mix up your big numbers and your small ones. Thousands are very different from thousandths. Next, a big one, the number 5. It can feel like it's in the middle, but the rule is 5 times always rounds up. Also, don't forget to turn those trailing digits into zeros for whole numbers. And finally, just be careful when a 9 has to round up. That can cause a little chain reaction you have to follow through.
When you get right down to it, what we've been doing today is about more than just a math trick. When you get really comfortable with this, you start to build an intuition for numbers. You're developing a real-world number sense that helps you understand the world around you just a little bit better. So there you have it. You now have the tool to bring a little bit of clarity to all that complexity out there. The only question left is, what messy number are you going to simplify today?